is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Pixelbane here for another episode of Dominions for AI Battles. And without too much further ado, let's just get right into it. So today we have the first match of the second round of the upper bracket of our Season 1 tournament, which is Bandar Log versus the Kingdom of Man. And as you can see, it looks like I am partnered with the Kingdom of Man. And yeah, we already know the strength of the Kingdom of Man. Their nation is really militaristic. We'll look at the god stats once we get into a first combat. As for Bandar Log, the Kingdom of Apes, I don't have very much experience with them at all. Like I played against them more times than I can count, but I don't know what they really buy or anything. But as we can see, this is a pretty standard opening unit set for our Kingdom of Man. We got some longbow and then just some normal infantry here. They should easily be able to take this. So while that's going, let us look at the stats. First, obviously, we've already seen the stats from Uther before. So yeah, you can see he's got a lot of production dominion. He's got a little bit of that lost because of the heat of his province, but a lot of growth, a lot of luck. Magic drain, but that doesn't seem to really be an issue for him. He's a very militaristic god. He is not out yet, but he does have a 7 for dominion growth. So when he is fielded, he will be quite strong. Let us continue. Hopefully we'll get another battle so we can look at the other stats here. And for the other god, for the faction of Bandar Log, which got a free buy into round 2, one of the two factions that just randomly got a buy into the higher brackets, we have Agni Kana for Bandar Log here, and it looks like this god has 10 air magic, which I don't know what type of sacred troops Bandar Log has, but if they are missile-based troops, then that means that they're going to be getting some massive bonuses to missile attack range, which is very good for Bandar Log if that is indeed the case. Otherwise, that's like a loss on their part. They won't be getting that bonus, so I didn't look into it when I created this god, so hopefully they have something that can take advantage of the missile range from air magic. Other than that, the god's out right now. It's got the standard 5 dominion, 3 production, 3 heat scale. I don't know if Bandar Log prefers a heat scale of 1 or 2 or 0. Looks like my god's coming out of dormanthood, so hopefully Uther comes out soon, because I'm indeed partnered with him. So if his god is dormant, which it is, then mine is as well. And we're starting to see Man's cavalry units here. It's good to see them again. I can't believe I've already made 7 of these episodes. It's insane to me. But looking at Agni Kana's stats, some more got lightning damage, which is a projectile of range 30. So actually, Agni Kana is going to be benefiting from the range from this, I would assume. I believe gods benefit from their own things, so it will be getting that at least 60% missile range. I don't know how far it is, so it will be getting some missile range on the bow and lightning, so that's good. That's good to see. But as we could assume, the Kingdom of Man is making short work from these early fights. Let's get the stats of Agni Kana out. As I've said, I've never really played Bandar Log. Maybe I've played them once or twice, but don't remember playing them. But they are Kingdom of Apes, so it's like Planet of the Apes style thing. I think their mythology sort of based around Indian myth to some degree. That's why there's the Agni Kana thing looks kind of like a Shiva. I don't know. But here we go. Let's look at the map. We haven't run into Bandar, and I'm assuming Bandar is going to be somewhere down around here, judging the way the map generated. I don't know why. I guess 70 Lion Tribe is quite a bit, so that's probably why Kingdom of Man isn't going down that path. At least not yet. They just keep pushing forward, and maybe this will be another quick match. Who knows? Maybe just by the luck of draw, Kingdom of Man got the very worshipy AI type, so that he'll be building a lot of chapels. If he does, that's incredibly lucky, and that's part of the whole RNG of this game mode. If he gets that, then he probably will win quite quick, like that Marignan match. But it is pretty straightforward. Lion Tribe Warriors not gonna be able to hold against this amount of infantry. So I'm not too surprised. I look at this lovely snow. I wish I was living in a place that had snow or was cold, not 120-degree Arizona weather. It's 4 a.m. where I'm at, and the Independents are attacking the deep forest. It's like 4 a.m. where I'm at, and it's like 99 degrees out at 4 a.m. It's insanely hot. It was like 120 yesterday, and it's gonna be like 120 today as well. Wow, they're actually holding this. That was a very pathetic independent force. Like the standard militia was able to hold that. That's actually very good for Kingdom of Man here. Oh, are they potatoing? What is going on here? Now, it's possible that they have some of these territories right here, but this is not a good sign because they clearly don't have this one. Unless they immediately lost it to independence. So that means that these territories are free from their influence. Oh, Bandar, you're potatoing here. Why were you given a buy? All right, Uther's up, and we saw Uther. Excuse me. +1 luck, +1 growth. I don't know if that. I don't think they stack over 3, so that doesn't really do anything for the Kingdom of Man. I think it does help out the King of Bandar log. But we saw in the first round of this tournament that the Kingdom of Man likes to field Uther in the front lines, like in a combat role. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him pushing up and disrupting Bandar as soon as possible. We can already see the army from Kingdom of Man growing exponentially larger, which is very cool to see. It's really cool to see when they start getting, like, I don't know, like 20 or 30 or 40 cavalry units of these, like, Knights of Man. Though the better units are their Knights of Avalon, which I like to call Chalice Knights because I like Warhammer Fantasy. I also like Warhammer 40k, so since they're Arthurian and since, you know, it's very closely related. I don't know. What is Man doing here? Like, they pushed forward and then just gave up. Well, let's check the mercenaries. No mercenaries are available. I'm assuming that once one becomes available, I'm assuming that Man's gonna just like gobble them up because their gold gain has to be insane at this point because of how amazing their dominion is and how many provinces they have. And we have our first 2 alicorns here, Knights of Avalon. Hopefully they don't lose them. The other good thing about those Knights of Avalon, they have recuperation, so that if they do survive a battle but get mortally wounded, they can recuperate through that injury, which is very, very nice for them. It allows you to have less attrition on your units, because wounded warriors are very easy prey. Like, they will be taken out. And it looks like Bandar is indeed pushing, so it was very possible that they did have this province. I just couldn't see it, because you can indeed cross here. So Bandar might be pressuring me. So, and I just realized that I am Tianchi. Tianchi. Oh man, it looks like I like sided up just randomly. I sided with Man here. It's canon. It's canon. Oh man, that's kind of cool. Just by random chance, I rolled the faction that Man took out in the previous round. It makes me think I should do that just for, like, I don't know, kicks and giggles. Like, shits and giggles. Who says kicks and giggles? I don't know. It's 4 in the morning. My brain is already melting. There's excuses. Just excuses. Oh, man. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool if I just, like, instead of just being a random nation every time, that if I just pick whatever they beat. Oh, look, we got some wet ones. Like these, like, the trolls, like the troglodyte things. Are they mercenaries? Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. I told you the moment that mercenaries came up that Ulm would, not Ulm. I'm thinking about one of the other factions I like. That Kingdom of Man would immediately take them. Stone spears, though, that's not really good. They do have the siege bonus, but that's not going to really come into play here. They'll probably be out of service by the time that Man would be assaulting. And these are not actually that good. What? I'm actually blown away. This is like one of the worst mercenary units I've ever seen, losing to militia like that. Note to self, don't bid on the wet ones unless you absolutely need mercenaries. For sure, like, my god, that's awful. Always go for the Burgmeisters. Those hobbits are really fucking the shit, dude. They're the greatest. Greatest of all time. No alicorns here. The wet ones are joining in here. We have some slingers back here. We don't have any longbows, which is kind of disappointing. But the morale of these guys will break pretty quickly because there's no one else in the army. Or I assumed they would, yeah. Like, they were just like not hitting the targets, and that was causing the main issue there. And we can finally see some Bandar. Maybe we'll get some Bandar log action here. We have a 30 size unit, 10, 6, 60, 190. They do have a lot of units, but so does Man. But like Man's units are like all over the place. And I don't think they're in any rush at this point. It looks like they're trying to take the remaining territories and then push down, judging by how they're doing things. But I don't know, like the maximum territories Bandar has, I think, is 6 here, unless they went into this water province, which I don't think they've done that at this point. Oh, Man's actually pushed the south part of the map. What type of attack is this? They better get lucky here. Oh, no way they take this. I thought it was just the militiamen. Maybe they break the militiamen? No, they don't. No way. No. Well, they'll break the militiamen, but then immediately die to the swordsman. I thought it was just the group of militiamen. If that was the case, then I would have bet on Man to actually take that. Oh, actually, Bandar's putting up a lot of units. Just like they could easily push and take these territories and then push Man out of this southern half of the continent. And this is pretty large force, 110. I mean, sure, if these two forces matched up, and I'm assuming that, this 90 force of horsemen will move in and take this. If they don't, that would be just pathetic. Well, why wouldn't they do that? It's a given to win that fight. Okay, yes, exactly. Like, there's no way that they would lose this fight. They should have, they needed to push into it. So now we're starting to see the front lines of this conflict, and now it all comes down to whoever has more provinces, really, and better tactics, I guess. Because at this point, they're going to start turtling to some degree and building forts on this border of this front line. I don't think there's any more neutral provinces other than like the 3 that are in Bandar's territory, but there's already like Bandar's main camp there, so it's pretty much going to be the front line for Bandar. So yeah, I think this is going to be the front line we're going to be seeing. Though that there's a natural border here with these mountains. But Bandar has taken this territory. This territory is going to be gone next turn. So this is going to be our first conflict. Archers. Maybe, like, we got to check these archers out if they get in combat to see if they're... and, of course, we're seeing our first conflict with Bandar Log here. Do they have archers fielded here? I don't see any. I get some tigers. That's kind of cool. Didn't know they had tigers. Though 1 damage it is not enough. Those tigers are gonna go down quick to these alicorns. What's like the max HP these guys have? Like 15, I would assume, or maybe it's 14 because they did take damage. Oh, that was a good assault. That was a good assault by the Kingdom of Man. We didn't see a whole lot of special units or like faction-specific units from Bandar there. So that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping to see more. But it looks like Bandar is deciding to give up on this front and retreat back to their mainland. It's kind of confusing. Judging by how they had such a large force, they could have at least pushed some of the territories to the south of the continent to take away from Man, but like it looks like this is what's happening here. And okay, let's look at this. It's like a lot of back and forth going here. All right, Where are these archers? Okay, so archers. So these guys aren't sacred. Those guys won't be sacred. These guys are sacred, but they doesn't look like they're just like standard bearers, and they don't have anything other than kick. So unfortunately, it looks like the main damage. Oh, this guy got reincarnation. I didn't even know that was an ability. Oh wow, that's crazy. What the fuck? That's actually really cool. I guess the main bonus of the god, the magic missile range for like missile-based attacks is not going to be coming into play here. This actually will allow us to check to see what the sacred bonus is. If we just find something that's been blessed at some point. Because the missile range is not going to be coming into play. This is way too much to ask for 4 alicoins and a monk. Oh, I mean, I guess there's these guys here, but that's not gonna do anything. These guys are just gonna get surrounded and then take 1 billion damage. Like, when one of them dies, it might be enough to break their morale. Oh, they're about to die. I saw 6 damage and 4 damage, and we can see that they normally have like around 15. So this shows the strength of the endgame holy unit for the Kingdom of Man here. Just four Alicorn Knights, 4 Knights of Avalon were able to take on like half of that giant force by Bandar Log. And sure, there was a lot of trash in there. I didn't see a whole lot of higher tier units, but still, like that, the cost effectiveness for those Knights of Avalon is through the roof. Because while those guys are trash and they are cheap, I mean, they're not that cheap. So that was a failed assault. I don't know what man was doing there. We got a bunch, like it's, what? These attacks like are blowing my mind sometimes. Like the AI just potatoes so hard. Like what made them think they should take this? At all, like, it blows my mind. Also, that guy took 20 damage, so they must have more than 15 health. I clicked the wrong one. Whoops. We already know the outcome to this one. We don't need to watch it. Alright, here we go. Alright. This should be an easy one, and I don't want to listen to Jet's music. I don't even know if you can even hear the music. Actually, just start playing these songs here. Alright. Yeah, didn't miss a whole lot. That fight was pretty one-sided to begin with. And do we want to watch the independent fight? If the independents are attacking a province, then we'll watch it. Otherwise, I don't think we need to. Yeah, it looks like they are indeed attacking a province. Which is, I guess we're in Bandar's territory, and I think Bandar has turmoil. Also, what the fuck are these troglodytes, dude? I never actually really seen troglodytes. I wish I could zoom in. And they have what the fuck is Trumple? They have Trumple! Gotta be careful about that Trumple, little come here and just trample all over your troops. Look at them trampling! But trample is like really powerful. It's one of the most powerful abilities. I don't know, I rate it maybe higher than it should be rated, but it's such a fucking good ability. Maybe not so much on something the size class of a troglodyte, or maybe not the size class of a minotaur, but when you have trample on something like elephants, it's just way too strong. And it looks like this is indeed going to be the line that Bandar is going to have. I don't think they're going to hold these at all. It looks like man will push out, and it's way more provinces than Bandar. Alright, we have 2 assaults by man, another independent attack. Look, a lot of events happening in TNG. So these are probably the 2 territories they're assaulting that are on the northern side of this continent. I don't think they take this. Judging by the knight ratios, sure, man's knights I think are a little bit better than just like the normal neutrals, but still, like, they are completely outnumbered. If they had like a few alicorns, maybe they take this. I would say, yeah, if they had like 2 alicorns, they would have taken this fight. But the issue is, they just don't have the numbers. What were those skirmishers? Did the skirmishers run out of ammo? Wow, like actually, Bandar Log almost lost this. Man almost pulled that through. So if they had just 1 alicorn, they would have taken it. Or maybe 2 more or 3 more like Knights of Man, they would have taken that. So that was unsuccessful, and then we have another like group here, but actually using alicorns in the situation that they don't need to be in, because this is like where you don't need these like super powerful endgame units. This was completely weak assault. But perhaps this is the more southern of the provinces. I'm not too sure. And if it is, then that's probably a good place to sit your alicorns, because you don't want man to be pushed. Not man, but well, there's a lot of wolves. You don't want Bandar to be pushing in. These wolves are gonna fucking mop the floor with this defensive force. So, this is completely cut off from the supply lines. It looks like they're not even fielding units on this line, barring these like 20 horsemen. I was expecting the man to have more, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Like they've been holding these territories for a large portion of this map. They only have a couple of like 80 groups. And like, I don't know, they have an 80 group here, 60 here, 50 here, 20 here, and then that's it, really. Like, everything else is like trash units. But they're still on the offensive, man. They keep pushing that. This is the Alicorn force. It is indeed the Alicorn force. There's no way they lose this fight. I think maybe 2 Alicorns would have taken this force out. Alright. Man is attacking the province that is right next to Tianchi. And this has been so heavily attrition that I don't think they can save this. And I didn't even realize the Alicorn's here. And I think what's happening right now is that the Kingdom of Man's main home province is probably spending all of their holy points per turn to build their Knights of Avalon, which are these Alicorn riders. These Chalice Knights, if you were. And that's what's causing them not to have as many units. So they're going for the quality over quantity route, which I think will definitely work for them, but at this like midpoint of this game where you need to have strong like defensive lines that you can push into offensive lines, I don't think they have enough to do that. But I don't know, I'm being proven wrong here, because I don't know what Bandar Log is doing here. They're back at their home base and not defending their own provinces. Like, these Alicorns are gonna wipe the floor with these Tiger Riders. Like, these are the sacred units too that get the reincarnation thing too. Okay, so they do get air shield. Okay, so they get air shield, which that helps with projectiles. So the 50 missile range doesn't necessarily hurt them too much, because they do indeed get the air shield for being at 9 or 10 air magic. And then precision and morale, which all helps out. Yeah, most missiles from hitting. So that's gonna be an issue later in the game when it's like heavy sacred units versus heavy sacred units. It will prevent the Kingdom of Man from spamming their longbowmen, or if they, for whatever reason, they're going slingers for trash. But I don't know if it's gonna really come into play against the Kingdom of Man. They aren't a super heavily missile-based faction. While they do have very good missile-based units with longbowmen, it's not their bread and butter. The bread and butter is their cavalry, and we're finally seeing an assault by Bandar Log. It's been like 4 or 5, 6 turns, and the god has been fielded. The god has been fielded. That's incredibly surprising to me. Well, they should be able to take this assault. They have the numbers, and they have their god on the field, so that gives them the extra morale. Now this is just a question of how much damage these alicorns are gonna do. Honestly surprised like they haven't cast the lightning spear. Oh shit, their god might straight up die here because I didn't realize we have the wardens in here. We have the Wardens of Avalon, which is the endgame infantry for the Kingdom of Man. It's incredibly strong, incredibly tough. It's like an Alicorn Knight, but slower, obviously. Oh, and it just took out, oh, geez. Agnikana has been taken out. The entire army breaks because the god is dead. Oh, those 2 Wardens doing so much fucking work for the Kingdom of Man. I think this is the death knells of the Kingdom of Bandar log. And that was an assault they took. They thought they could take that. Like, it wasn't that the Kingdom of Man had like any like reinforcement lines into that. Like maybe a few guys joined in, maybe those wardens joined in. I didn't see them before, but like that's like nothing. That was an incredibly small force, and they still couldn't take it. Though this force I think is gonna actually hold. I don't see any alicorns. I don't see any wardens. All of these like purple dudes. Like these weird like purple monkey dudes, they have air shields, so these guys are completely useless, and these like lower tier like skirmishers are useless. So yeah, I mean, I was talking about bad assaults, but I don't know. That was a bad assault by the Kingdom of Man, but it sure isn't hell not the same as fielding your god and still losing. Oh man, you should never field your god unless you have like a huge force around it, because you can't risk losing it at this, like at any point. Like I don't know if it still has this effect or if it ever had this effect at all. Maybe what I was reading when I was getting into this game about the Dominion penalty of losing Dominion when a god dies. I don't know if that's in the game, but I think it's in the game. Maybe someone can correct me on it. But until someone corrects me on it, I'm still gonna say it. But even if that doesn't come into play, there is still technically a Dominion penalty, because when your god isn't fielded, you do not get the bonus Dominion spread that it has in whatever province it's in. So like, that's a huge blow to Bandar log here, especially in the game mode where it's about Dominion. Looks like the Wolf province is being assaulted now. I don't think this is enough. Especially they're gonna break. Oh, I don't know. Actually, they're holding quite well. They gotta have decent defense. Yeah, defense skill 11. All right, it's not the best. The shields are obviously doing it in the they have. Wow. Okay, so they do have a helmet and ring mail. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. The wolves aren't gonna be able to get through that. The ones you have to be concerned with are the dire wolves, but it's the issue with fodder. I was talking about it. I talk about it every time I see fodder like that. Is if you put the fodder in the front, it's just gonna cause the morale of everyone else to break, because those fodders are gonna die incredibly quick, and it's gonna break the morale of everyone else behind them, which is not really good at all. And we're seeing a lot of churches being built here. I think this is a little bit overkill for the north side of the map, because we don't have a north-south wrap on the map, so this is not really doing a whole lot with this church right here. But this is a good church right here. It's gonna start pushing out some of this negative or enemy Dominion. So that's good to see. And I wouldn't be surprised to see one to built right here on this front line. But let's look at these forces. So this, I think, is this the force that took out the god? I think this one is the force that took out the god. One of these. I mean, it was heavy casualties either way. But they definitely need to start reinforcing this eastern flank if they have any hope of holding it, because right now I think they just lost it. Decent size. Like I can't really judge Bandar's forces, though. Like I don't think these guys are equal. I don't think 4 Tiger Riders are equal to 2 Avalon Knights. And even if they are, there's 2 Wardens that are coming up. Oh, they're gone, because they got surrounded. I don't think the Wardens are gonna make it in time. They might before the break, but there's gonna be a break that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a close one. It's whoever breaks first here. Those Wardens are broken. That was a very close match. Like, if a few more units died on Bandar's side, Bandar would be the ones breaking. But that was a good engagement by Bandar there. It allows them to get their province back, but they're still gonna be reeling. still reeling that they lost their god for no reason at all. Gotta love the potato AI. I keep saying it, but like that is the beauty of this mode. Is that you have no idea what the AI is gonna do. They are incredibly unpredictable. Sometimes they'll make the greatest plays. Sometimes they'll refuse to make plays, and then sometimes they'll just make plays that are just outright blatantly wrong. So like even if like maybe, I don't know, maybe the exception is Airmore, because I have an honest to God feeling that Airmore is gonna be dominating this series, and if I don't nerf them, and they do indeed dominate, they would probably dominate the rest of the series that I make, in season 2, season 3. It's just, they're just incredibly strong. But who knows? Maybe they're not as strong as I think, again with the AI commanding them. That's another good assault by Bandar, pushing out some territory. It's always nice to see. Like, I've been shitting on them left, right, and center, mainly because they had a very slow start, and mainly because they fucking just sent their god in to die for no reason. This assault looks a bit iffy. There's 3 Tiger Warriors, which is good to see. I think they're gonna take it. It really depends on if this Warden gets to defend, or gets to attack after the initial, like, defense. Like, he needs to kill these Tiger Warriors, and it's not enough. Yeah, there wasn't enough troops there. They already lost half of their troops by the time the Warden got in there. Tiger Warriors are pretty good. I would probably rate them at, like, maybe 80% of a Knight of Avalon. Maybe that's high, maybe that's low, I don't know, but that's just, like, my spitball. And it looks like the province that they did attack was the fortress one, so that's good, and I don't think it's gonna last. 40 enemy units compared to the 129 that's rushing in to defend this. And then they have a 29 here, 46 here, 49, 20. Like, I feel like they should start pushing their units down. Like, they did have a southern offensive, but then they just didn't reinforce the lines. Which is a little strange. And look at this assaulting force. Like, what? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Why make this assault? Or is this the assault on the castle? Like, it's placed weird. I think it might be the castle assault, but wouldn't... I don't know, like, normally the attacking unit, the one initiating it, is on the left side. And these guys would have had to have arrived to assault it. But, no, okay, so no, this is the castle one. Yeah, like, I'm very confused. Decent sized force here. I think they're going a little heavy on the early game horsemen at this point. Maybe they're leftovers from earlier in the game and they just didn't field. But at this point, I mean, they're technically just fodder. I guess you could just max them. I mean, they're okay, they're all right, but you don't want them dying. That's the issue. Like, if you have this squad of knights, you don't want your knights to be breaking because your horsemen just are getting slaughtered. Like, that's the main issue here. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they're more cost efficient to spam those, and maybe I'm just not looking into it right, but as you can see, like, a lot of those horsemen are already dead. They didn't do a whole lot of damage to Bandar Log's forces. It's mainly because they don't have very damaging weapons, and they're quite weak, so they die pretty quick. And the knights, most of the knights are still around, so, like, I feel like they should just invest in knights if they're gonna go like fodder units. Knights are obviously not fodder units. Like, they're already breaking because all those fucking horsemen died. But it looks like Bandar has been routed themselves, so it all works out in the end. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't be making like the trash. I'm using air quotes so you can't see it, but the trash unit that man should be using at this point should be the Knights of Man rather than the horsemen. Because they definitely have the economy to support it. They have all of these provinces, all of them that have all this production bonus, growth bonus, luck bonus, like unrest reduction. Like, they don't have to worry about placing militia in these troops, in these areas, rather. Like, they don't have to bother increasing the defense. Which is, like, actually, man is actually kind of doing that. I mean, but as much as an AI seems to do, like, they don't seem to go higher than 13. Maybe that's like a break point that I just don't realize being a human. Also, this province kind of looks like France. That's quite a large force. I don't see any alicorns. I don't know. I don't think man can take this. I mean, I've been wrong before. I would say that I'm wrong more often than I'm right. So maybe you guys should take whatever the opposite of whatever I say is to be true. And you'll probably win off more bets than if you listen to exactly what I say. I swear to God, like, I mean, my favorite here is obviously man. But I swear to God, if I'm wrong here in saying that man is gonna lose this fight, I would be honestly shocked. Yeah, there's no way they would have taken that. It's a lot of sacred units, and these guys, I don't think they do a whole lot of damage. Like, I mean, 13 damage is not a lot. I mean, it is a lot, but they're losing to things that are literally just kicking them. Like, they're just kicking them. Okay, so let's take a look at the map here. What was that province? Wait, I don't see swords. I see this sword. Wait, let's look at these messages. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what? Wait, I thought Bandar won this fight. We're watching this again. I'm very confused. I thought Bandar won this fight. Oh shit, okay. I think I know what happened. I think what happened is the retreating units from this took control of a province that had no one in it. I think that's what happened. Yeah, because man definitely like run it. Yeah, okay. That's gotta be what happened. Otherwise, I have no idea how this occurred because I'm not seeing any other. Obviously, that's the only fight that occurred. Oh, I don't know. Dominions might be breaking here. My mind is fucking blown. Or maybe I am mentally ill, which is definitely a possibility. I might just not be super intelligent, and maybe I was seeing things when I saw a man was routed. Maybe it was Bandar that was routed because someone got in the back. But I don't know. I think Bandar was robbed here. But if they were, it's the will of the gods here. The will of the gods is the will of the computer, which is the will of the RNG. So I can't complain. I am not in control. I'm hands off. All I'm doing is ending turns and watching the outcomes of these battles. But if I was a Bandar fan, and if that indeed was a Bandar victory, I would be pretty salty. I'd feel pretty cheated. It would be like it's a rigged mechanic. It was very rigged in favor of man. So the French province is being attacked. Yeah, this is the exact same province. So man won that fight? Because they are clearly defending here. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe they use magic. Maybe they use magic. Maybe there's some like magic spell that I don't know about. Or maybe some luck event occurred, or some unluck event occurred, or I don't know. I really don't know. But at this point, let's just look at the map and see what's going on here. Neither faction is gone into the water yet, so these are some free territories up for grabs. I'm pretty sure some of these territories on the coast, at least one of them has to have an amphibian unit that either faction could be going for. But it seems like Bandar only really has one amphibious coast possibility here, but I don't think it is. So they only have 4 territories. This is pretty much game decided for man. Like, even if they were like full potato for like maybe like even like 5 years of in-game time, I think they would still be ahead. Like, we're gonna look at the score graphs after we watch these fights. This is a terrible attack, I think. Maybe not a terrible attack. It's pretty even. Like, when I saw those Sacred Tiger Riders, I didn't think that was a very good attack for man to take. I think they still might possibly lose here, but it's unlikely. The only reason I say that is that the numbers of troops that they had right there were pretty dwindled. So like a few more troop losses there would have broken their lines, and it would have been a loss. We got seven alicorns here. Yeah, this defending army stands zero chance of surviving this. Now watch these alicorns roll right through. Only wish that these guys had trampled. Could you imagine how broken that would be? Yeah, not a surprise. When you have that many like higher tier units, like I'm pretty sure those alicorns could have taken that entire fight by themselves. They've only lost one, so they wouldn't have broken. There actually is an uprising going on here, which would be not a good sign for man to lose it here, but it's a game over. They're losing this province. These fucking barbarians, man. But they do have supply lines still. Alright, so Bandar only has one territory. It might have units in it, it might not, we can't tell. But it's cut off from supply lines. So if there are units there, they're gonna start starving eventually. Let's look at this. Got 5 Tiger Riders. These ape dudes are actually quite strong. I don't know. I don't know who's favored here. Oh, they're going for the commanders. They're going for the commanders. Oh, no, they're not anymore. This could have been a very quick battle if they just killed the commander back there, that floating monkey dude. Whoa, what the fuck is Uther doing on the field? This is not a good place to be, Uther, but he's gonna do it. I don't think he's dying here. He's gotta be, like, getting low on health. He is. What the fuck are you doing here, Uther? I didn't even see you. Holy shit, that was a very risky. I was just shitting on Bandar Log like a couple in-game years ago. I'm gonna shit on motherfucking Uther. What are you doing, dude? Wait, what? It happened again? Oh, I'm fucking confused. What is going on? Man won that fight, right? Yeah, man won that fight. What the fuck? It's 2 times in a row. Okay, so now we're even. It's fair now. Man lost this fight and got the territory. Fucking Bandar lost this fight and got the territory. So I guess it's all working out, and Uther didn't die. So I guess we're even now. I'm a little speechless. I'm not even lying. What the fuck happened? What is going on with this map? Is it the map? Is it Dominions? Is the heat of the Arizona desert fucking my computer up so that random crazy shit is happening? Am I like breaking the simulation of the universe here? And RNG is no longer RNG and like fixed events no longer happen? Like it's all chaos and disorder? I am fucking confused. Is there a reason for that to be happening? Like, honestly, I have no fucking clue. Like, is there a magic spell that someone's using? Does he have, like, he's got a fire shield going on. What's that coming from? I don't know. So maybe someone's casting a spell on him. I'm not even reading what's going on. But he's got fire shield going on. I'm not surprised to see Uther win this with his Alicorn army. It says Bandar Log has been routed. This is the exact same province that they took last time, and I don't know. Fucking don't know. And they are assaulting the capital. All right, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. Bandar, I don't think, has very many troops left. So this assaulting force of mercenaries, I'm assuming. Gift the troll. Yeah, so this has got to be like a mercenary group because it's a named troll, dude. This is not enough to take this. Though these trolls do have regeneration, so maybe it is. The only issue is that when people are locked in combat, there is a fatigue loss, and if your units run into a fatigue problem, they'll break. Their morale will go down. So the issue is, well, they were able to do it. This is what I'm saying. You shouldn't trust me. Mainly because I guess I never recruited trolls to see how broken their fucking regeneration is. All right. So they finally have the territory. If you play a lot of Dominions 4, and I mean more than like the 500 hours that I've spent playing Dominions 4, which is not really a lot in the grand scheme of things for learning a game. If you've played it that long or longer, or maybe even less, and you can tell me what the fuck happened in these two territories, I'll be like really gracious. I've never seen that before, let alone see it twice in a match. That doesn't make fucking any sense. It looks like they're attempting to break the siege, which I think they should be able to. Nope, Uther came in here, and Uther brought 2 of his Alicorn Knights and the trolls. I don't know. My money is on Uther. My money's on Uther. Bets are down. Bets are closed. No takes backsies. Let's see what the fuck happens here. If one of those Alicorns goes down, then I don't know. It looks like some of the trolls are getting like hit with starflies or whatever, it's starfires or whatever it is, like that banishment, like purple, like shit going on. Uther, no! Uther! Uther's dead. This is a failed defense. Uther's going down. There's no way he survives this. I don't want to even look at his health. He's got to be close to being dead. I've been seeing these numbers pop up. 9. Oh, 11. Those ogres need to get in. Holy shit. Hold up. 23 health. Holy shit. Look how many afflictions that he has. Holy shit. That was literally like probably like 1 hit from those big dudes. Or maybe 2 hits. And he was completely surrounded. Oh my fucking god. That was Bandar Log's last hope. Then they almost did it. They almost killed Uther. What the fuck are you doing, Uther? This force will come in and kill Uther. There's no way it doesn't. It looks like they're going to be reinforced. So even though that this force is going to come here and clear this up, it's not going to matter. Uther will die, yes. But there's a force of 105 coming in. And this force will probably take maybe like 80... I mean, it'll be 80 enemy units remaining at the maximum. Or he just wins. Or we just win. This is it. This is the end. Rejoice! A true god has ascended. Uther Pendragon, King of Kings. He who is at the center, great ruler of man, has ascended, and his side, Kinau, the celestial dragon, ready to strike anyone who opposes the new god. In all the temples of this world, hymns are sung to Uther Pendragon's glory, offerings made to the great god of all. This world is now at peace. One being reigns supreme. I keep wanting to say reigns. I feel like reigns would be a better word there than rules. So I'm just gonna say reigns from now on so you guys just get triggered at me. One being reigns supreme and has banished the false pretenders to places of darkness and eternal suffering. And there we have it. We didn't even look at score graphs. That entire match. That is amazing. And so here we go. Here's the province overview. Actually, it looks like Bandar got a decent start and was actually beating out Manon provinces. But then, I don't know, maybe they came across a bunch of knights and that really hampered their progress, and it looks like they lost the province to the neutrals. And at that point, they just fell completely behind. This is the point where like most of the provinces were taken, so we get like the inverse sine wave. That's a lot of forts. Income is pretty high. This is obviously when they start losing their provinces. Gems don't really matter, especially like Uther doesn't, I don't think, use magic. Though, look at this. Look at this magic gain here. Beat out actually Bandar Log. And Dominion growth, that's a pretty steep gain in this game mode. And then army size.
As I was saying earlier, Bandar Log does have a lot of fodder units, and those monkeys are like the tiny monkeys, like the chimp units are pretty weak. And as you can see, that's where most of their army was made out of. And once they started getting into engagements with like the like Knights of Man and Knights of Avalon, it was pretty much just game over at that point. They would lose so many units in a single engagement. That's pretty crazy. I didn't think that Man was that far ahead with Dominion. Like, I remember the last time checking, seeing a couple provinces out here, like a province out here had a domain for Bandar Log, but I guess once the god was killed, and it was pretty much just game over because of these cathedrals here. So there you have it, my friends. There you have it. The first match of the second round of the upper bracket, which is a mouthful to say, has left us with the Kingdom of Man beating out the bye that was Bandar Log. Which, I mean, I'm not too surprised. I mean, Bandar did already win. I mean, not Bandar. Man technically already won one round, and Bandar didn't have any wins under their belt. So, I mean, it's not surprising that the one that has already taken someone out has won. So that's what we have. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming another one. It takes a while to set this thing up, to change all these sprites around. Maybe there's a more efficient way, but that's it. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, hold up. I can't leave you guys yet. I can't leave you guys just yet, because I need to figure out where the hell I placed that bracket. The next round that you guys are gonna be treated to is hopefully gonna be a very quick match. It's gonna be Pelagia, the underwater nation that I basically handicapped myself, and they were able to win because of the neutrals in like almost record time. So it would be Pelagia versus Asphodel, and Asphodel potatoed really hard in their match. So we'll see what happens. I love Asphodel. Hopefully they don't potato. But that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys next time.